When hands join for the good of others, the results can be astounding. Rotary clubs and districts have a long history of hands-on service with breathtaking results. The Wheelchair Foundation is committed to providing free wheelchairs to anyone in this world who needs one but cannot afford one. Since its inception in 2000, the Wheelchair Foundation has changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of children, teens, and adults in more than 100 countries. Because of the hands-on dedication of Rotarians, even more lives are changing.
Since our founding year of 1905, Rotary clubs and youth groups have grown to become a worldwide network of men, women, teens, and young adults who share a common vision for a better world. As the world's first service organization, Rotary clubs have a long history of helping those in need and uniting people of different cultures and beliefs. Our efforts are making the world a better place. In 2001, Rotary clubs embraced the mission of the Wheelchair Foundation and its goal of providing a wheelchair to every child, teen, and adult in the world who needs one but cannot afford one. In many ways, our mobility, or lack of it, determines our self-reliance. The responsibility of providing mobility for people with physical disabilities often falls heavily on family or friends. Many are forced to crawl or simply never leave their homes. The millions of faces belonging to the physically disabled represents an international mix of cultures and customs. Yet the reasons for their disabilities share common origins. In many parts of the world, injuries, natural disasters, diseases such as polio, landmines, and advanced age continue to leave tens of thousands disabled each year. Rotarians collaborating with the Wheelchair Foundation bring one of our greatest accomplishments full circle. Not only are we preventing polio from attacking future generations, but we are now coming to the rescue of its victims and their families with the gift of a wheelchair. It is the hands-on delivery of independence and dignity, and as you're about to see, Rotarians are making an impact on a global scale. In 2001, the Rotary Club of Cupertino, California delivered 240 new wheelchairs to Texcoco, Mexico. Martina Rivera and her family live in Texcoco.
Mi mamá me decían que era poliomielitis.
Polio destroyed my legs when I was 8 months old.
Sí, o sea que sí,
I have prayed for a wheelchair to help me. I work in Texcoco selling shoe polish. I take a bus to town and then get pushed to my job in a handcart. A wheelchair will change my life. I can come and go by myself.
Martina received her independence through the generosity of Rotarians.
I didn't believe I was going to get this wheelchair. Now I have a way to go to work and not burden my family. I am very thankful.
Not only do recipients and their families benefit from receiving a wheelchair, participants enjoy great personal fulfillment.
I had polio as a kid, and when I see people that have difficulty in getting around, this really, goes out in a very deep way. It pulls at your heartstrings, and when you see, their eyes light up, and you're changing people's lives. This is about as close to the Lord as we're going to get and still be on this earth.
An international service project with the Wheelchair Foundation means that you can sponsor brand new, high-quality wheelchairs around the world. This will allow children to go to school, adults to go to work and provide for their families, and the elderly to once again be a part of family activities, or just go outside to sit in the sun. The Rotary Club of Los Angeles has sponsored and helped deliver more than 5,000 wheelchairs around the world, including the planet's most disabled country, Angola, where 20% of the 12 million residents are disabled after decades of civil war.
These are city people. There's a young kid over there that had obviously had polio at an early age, and he doesn't know anything about standing up in his entire life. Oh man, we help people today. You can't count the ways you help the people.
The Rotary Club of Gosford West in New South Wales, Australia, delivered on a commitment to bring mobility to their neighbors in Papua New Guinea. 9-year-old Isabella was born with 3 withered limbs.
With this foundation, it's a sort of, you're dealing with the people at the top. You're not having to go through all this paperwork, the whole thing. The dollar that you give gets to the end person. The biggest single thing is that we change someone's life by what we're doing. To see these poor little kids and people that needed the chair, and to be able to actually do something, and just see the change that it made. It was like turning a light on. I've never seen anything like it.
The reason why so many Rotary clubs and districts have chosen the Wheelchair Foundation to play a major role in their international service projects is simple. The delivery of a wheelchair to a physically disabled person is an immediate and tangible way of improving their life and the lives of their entire family. Just outside of Hanoi is an orphanage called the Peace Village. Unlike other orphanages in Vietnam, the Peace Village is home to the children of multiple generations of citizens disabled by the chemical remnants of war. Rotarians from Washington State delivered dignity and promise to these Vietnamese youngsters. Wheelchairs are changing the way the world looks at people with disabilities. In Nepal, in the villages of Angola, in the Caribbean city of Castries, Rotarians are opening the doors to a better life through mobility around the world. Remember Martina from Texcoco? Since Rotarians provided her with a wheelchair, her life has changed dramatically.
Now, with my wheelchair, I can visit my sisters, brothers, and my friends. This wheelchair is my companion and my source of happiness.
Many millions of people worldwide need a wheelchair, but less than 1% own or have access to one. The Wheelchair Foundation is now delivering more than 10,000 wheelchairs per month and hopes to deliver 1 million in the next 5 years. We need your help in our campaign to end immobility.
No matter what we do, we're just starting to scratch the surface, so to speak, and that we need to do more. We need help because mobility is one of the basic things in life, and I think every person deserves a chance to move by themselves.
Find your smile.
Muchas gracias, Rotarios.
Find your thank you.
Me la top thank you lo Rotary Club lo giving me wheelchair na me a big plahama master.
Then give yourself the gift of giving.
Dios, gracias. Gracias. Ajá.